Hello, GSA, and welcome to round 2 of our triple bingo tournament. This is the losers bracket. Today we have a race between Vorago and Gombill, and with us today in the call is Gombill himself for a quick interview with myself and my co-commentator Jojo. So, Gombill, how are you doing today before this race?
I'm doing okay. Off for a nice break. Playing lots of Mario. Ready to go.
Awesome. That's great to hear. How have you been doing practice for this since your match with BES Rigby?
My practice, I haven't actually done any bingo practice. I've mainly just been doing 70 star, 120 star, and just trying to play clean, like technical play and just not making the silly mistakes. So that's what I've been working on.
Awesome. Sounds great. Those technical mistakes can definitely cost you a lot of time, especially in a category like this. Now, what do you think of your opponent here, Vorago? Do you think you got a fair shot at him?
Yeah, I feel like I have a pretty good shot at least. I've been watching some of his matches. I saw that he ended up in the losers bracket just now because of a race against Toast Rider where he made a lot of mistakes, ended up forfeiting, would have had not even sub 50. So I know that I can beat him if I play well, if he doesn't play well. So anything can happen here, really. But he can play really well too. So
That's
I,
definitely true. It really comes down to who's got that better mentality going through the run and really who's able to come back from any of those mistakes, small or big.
yeah, I'm gonna try to keep a level head. I feel like that's one of my strengths is not getting getting tilted if I make some mistakes early in the match. You can always come back from those as long as you don't make too many.
That's an amazing mentality to have. We've seen so many people just make a few errors at the beginning and it just seems to get them all frazzled. Now, before we go, Jojo, you have any questions for our guy here?
I was actually thinking of some questions, but as soon as you went ahead, you literally asked all the questions I had in mind. So I don't. Good luck on the run.
Yes, good luck to you, Gombill.
Thanks.
And we'll see him back after this race. Both our racers look like they're nearly ready to go. Going to be starting the countdown in a few seconds here.
All right. Are you excited?
Definitely. This is going to be a pretty fire match. I've been commentating mainly nonstop 70, so it's definitely refreshing to go back into bingo. Definitely a much different style from traditional categories. They're having to do a lot of on-the-fly routing, and really until we click reveal on that card, there's no telling what kind of race we're about to see here. So
That's very true. Yeah, and it's gonna be mainly who gets the better route that will prevail here. Routing is so important in bingo.
that's for sure, and especially in triple bingo, because the bingo generator is only optimized for single bingo, so there will definitely be some combinations that are better than others.
Yes, you gotta find that good route and also have your backups ready. Because when doing these weird routes that you have to make up on the fly, you're gonna make some mistakes that you wouldn't normally make if you're just doing a 70 run, for say. So yeah, you gotta have your backups ready. Be ready for whatever the card throws at you and just play consistently.
That's really the key, is just to play as consistently as you can and recover from those mistakes.
Definitely.
Looks like our guys are both ready, just about. So looks like Gombill on original hardware. Vorago looks like he's on MU.
I would say so, yeah.
Not a huge difference between the two, especially if they don't end up going for the DDD substar. But, well, wait, they have to go for that anyway. Commentator, forgetting the order of stars.
Right, but there's a lot of different levels around this castle that generate a lot of lag.
That's for sure. If they can avoid JRB, that will definitely be a huge boon to Gombill.
Oh, definitely. And every star that involves the tower in Worms.
For sure. For sure. It looks like our guys are off. We'll have Gombill and Vorago synced up here in a sec, but we've got the card in front of us now. Let's take a look here. I'm seeing open 9 cannons, usually a pretty decent spot to take hold of.
Peach Slide ×2 lines up with that as well.
Definitely. Looks like TLBR is spoiled a bit by All-Stars and Rainbow Ride, unfortunately. But I'm definitely thinking column 1 is a pretty great column. You can get some pretty quick 100 coin stars in like Womps, for instance, and CCM. Top floor Toadstar is, I mean, a joke, honestly. And that has great synergy too with 100 coin star and SSL. But I wonder what they're going to end up combining with it.
Right.
Ooh, combining row 1 would definitely be advantageous. And if they do the traditional 100 coin route that includes red coins in Boo Boo's Haunt, they're going to be able to... Wow, row 1 and column 1 seem to have great synergy, so we'll see if you guys are able to notice that.
Yeah, let's see if they catch that. That's actually...
Oh, man! If you look, BLTR, the bottom left to top right, also includes a 500 coin stars. So literally by doing 400 coin stars, they're almost there. I'm thinking we may end up seeing that top triangle as our prominent route. Vorago, unfortunately failing Lakitu skip. That's going to cost him about 10 seconds. Not exactly how you want to start this race, but hey, he may have used those 10 seconds to look back at the board.
Right. And also, one mistake from Gombill and those 10 seconds are right back in his favor.
Exactly. Ooh, looks like both of our guys... Looks like Gombill's going for King Bomb. Let's see where that may fit in.
All-Stars in BOB.
That'd be pretty interesting. Wonder what he's seeing on that board. Vorago going for bomb clip, and it's clean. Beautiful bomb clip there. We're going to be seeing him go straight into Womps, I believe.
Maybe he wants to combine, I'd say, is that row or column 3? With All-Stars in BOB, 5 Castle Secrets, Red Coin, and JRB.
That's row 3.
Row 3, alright. So maybe he wants to combine that with something, but I can't really see what. Oh, wait, oh no.
Looking at column 5 and column 1, there seems to be a bit of synergy there with the 100 coin star and BBH, for instance, but not entirely sure what Gombill's doing here. Vorago going into his own Womps and starting with Womps 100.
Missing the speed cake there, that's definitely going to cost him the cycle already, I believe. He will be too slow to make that early pro cycle.
Yeah, definitely fairly sloppy movement, but without any major mistakes. Ooh! Barely avoiding that star there.
Alright, getting some extra coins. Yeah, now he has to wait.
And that cycle can definitely be pretty brutal.
Alright, yeah, so Gombill is probably going to clean up BOB here. He's doing the race now.
That's definitely what it looks like. Although, I'm really curious to see how he plans on fully cleaning it. Maybe he's just going for 3 stars to enter CCM, or who knows, we could potentially see an island hop. Very unlikely, but who knows?
Or maybe he will combine it and get the wing cap, because that also is a Castle Secret star. He can get the wing cap and then get more stars with the wing cap enabled.
True, true. You know, he may even be... The all 3 character races has some synergy with All-Stars and BOB, so I think we may be seeing a column 5 from our guy Gombill. Meanwhile, Vorago with, after that kind of late cycle, very clean Womps 100.
And look at that downtime from Gombill. Normally in speedruns you open all the cannons while this Koopa is taking his time to get there. When you finish it in 19 seconds, you have to wait almost a minute.
Yeah, Koopa the Quick is definitely not so quick when you compare him to speedrunners, that's for sure.
Right. Ooh, Vorago going for that triple jump optimization and not getting it, so he has to do a side flip.
So he's going for this aquarium star. I'm wondering if he's maybe looking at row 2? Possibly?
2. Oh yeah, that's an easy pickup.
You'd have to go back to BOB for Koopa the Quick race, but could definitely be what we're seeing here. Could also just be combining it with column 2. Column 2 does have the 500 coin stars box. Meanwhile, Gombill going into his own Wants 100. Let's see if he manages to hit the early cycle.
Wait, hold on, did he not collect that red? What's he doing? This is really kind of weird movement. I don't understand what this is. Is he doing 100 without reds?
Looks like he's doing just a different... He's avoiding the cycle entirely!
That's an insane route. That's a really creative route. I have never seen it.
Not exactly sure how much time he picked up from that, but definitely something to look at. Meanwhile, Vorago going into JRB, and this is where MU is going to play a factor. He's not having to do very much camera movement to reduce lag at all.
Wow. Let's see if he can get chip clip. It's looking good. Nice.
Pretty clean chip clip. Let's see how he handles these chests here. We've seen a lot of guys accidentally miss a chest, and that costs a few seconds to have to turn all the way around for it.
Oh yeah. Swimming is one of those specializations. You can be good at it, you can be extremely good at it, or it's really hard.
Right, and you really don't get as much practice with the swimming as you do with all the land movement, considering there are only 2 predominantly water levels.
Right.
Gombill going ahead and exiting Womps after getting that 100 coin. Going into
Also,
JRB himself.
Yeah. Okay, so he's done some Woms. That would be a 100 coin star, so he's definitely looking at one of those rows. Now he's going for the aquarium. So maybe he is doing column 2 with the 100 coin and the secret aquarium.
I could definitely see that. If he leaves after this stage, or after this star, I definitely would agree with you there, but if he doesn't, we may be seeing him go for All-Stars and JRB. May mean that we need to take another look at row 5 there, because, you know, the rematch with Koopa the Quake doesn't take too long. You just have to pluck the Piranha Plants, I believe. It's the 2nd star there. Red Coin Star HMC doesn't take too long at all. SSL, you know, besides All-Stars and JRB, that row 5 does look kind of nice, so we may be seeing Vorago go for that.
Yeah. And then you can combine it with column 2, row 5, and then some other row. I'm not sure which one he will pick, but probably the one, maybe column 1 with the 100 coin stars.
I would definitely say so, but then again, getting that secret aquarium,
Oh, no.
may see a...
Vorago fell off the ship.
That's gonna cost him some time right there. Oh man, gonna have to go all the way back to the landing to get back onto that ship. So sad right there. He just had those 2 reds to collect. That, man, what a mistake.
I think it's because he's doing only the reds and not the 100. So he thought that when you normally do the 100 in JRB, that last red stops your momentum and you can ground pound instantly and collect a star. You won't fall off. I think he may have not remembered that he wasn't doing 100 and it wasn't gonna spawn, so it wouldn't stop his momentum.
Yeah, that muscle memory is definitely a thing that can sometimes cost you, especially in bingo when a lot of categories don't have the same movement as you really need in bingo. Vorago returning to BOB. I'm thinking he's going for Bomb King, I believe. I think he's probably going for 3 character races.
And that would link into, let's see. So that's row 2.
Yeah, if that's the case, he's definitely on a path for row 2.
Yeah. Maybe they're doing top right, bottom, or top left, bottom right. Row 2. And column 1? I'm not sure.
Yeah, the only thing with TLBR is really that big house in the Sky Star that you have to ride the carpet for. That's
right.
A pretty big loss overall, but I mean, if they're seeing the rest of it being... Because the way that the bingo cards are generated, the rest of the stuff in that row should be fairly easy. So maybe they're just deciding to bite the bullet and go for it, or maybe we're seeing like a row 2...
Looking at what they've already crossed off, that might be a possibility.
Would definitely be an interesting route if they choose to do so. Vorago going into... Oh, I don't believe I've seen this optimization before. Landing in front of the Koopa and then proceeding to talk to him to get a little bit of a head start.
So both players casually making their way through the levels.
Looks like Vorago is going to be opening that cannon in BOB. I was definitely surprised that Gombill didn't, considering that open 9 cannon spot. We may be looking at a TLBR from Vorago.
But now Vorago is going back.
Well, he needs to go back to the top for the finish with Koopa the Quick.
Right, but he
because
didn't
he
open
took
the cannons.
Oh!
I'm not
You're
sure.
right.
He just screwing around?
Must be. That's what it looks like. Vorago here with the showing off while Koopa the Quick demonstrates his slowness.
Yeah, he's just styling.
Very interesting approach here. If I were him, I just would have opened the cannon. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, why not? It's not any downtime. You don't lose anything. And it's a convenience. Weird decision making here from Vorago. Not sure.
definitely going to take a little bit of time for us to figure out what these runners are really thinking right now. Okay, we see Vorago going into CCM. Let's see. I'm not seeing any CCM specific stars here. I'm thinking he's going to be going for the 100 coin here. With the slide, it's a pretty easy 100 coin star. Maybe going to go ahead and, well, since he didn't open the cannon in BOB, doubtful that we're going to see a cannon opening here.
Right, but he's gotta do this star first to get the penguin. I mean, he could do the 100 coin without it. He's not opting to, so he's probably gonna collect a couple of stars here.
Looks like it. Very, very peculiar, honestly. Maybe he's just trying to build up stars for, like, a MIPS clip to... I don't really know, to be honest with you.
I'm also pretty confused. I don't know what the plan is here. What
This is definitely going to be a race where it'll be a few minutes before we really figure out the routes that these runners are going on. Vorago having a little bit of trouble. Looks like he's just going to go ahead and go for reds instead. Looks like he's purposely collecting these coins. I don't know if that's just muscle memory on his part.
No, he's doing 100, I believe.
That's what it looks like now, yeah. He's saving it for a little bit later, but that's certainly understandable. Meanwhile, Gombill just going straight for it.
Wait. He missed the coin.
Oh, he did that on purpose. Well, that's...
Alright, because he didn't get the penguin. I thought he already got the penguin. So yeah, he's gonna collect this red.
Yeah, typically they'll try to miss a coin so that the star will spawn right at the exit so that they don't have to do some complicated movements in order to grab it, but definitely a little bit odd. He could have picked up that last... I mean, maybe he just wanted to make absolutely sure that he could just exit the slide right away.
No, this is actually, it's called CCM 17 in normal runs. You just collect the other star and don't collect the penguin star. And there's some other star that's faster that you can collect later on, I believe.
Ah. Vorago choosing to go for a straight-on camera angle rather than a backwards camera for that grab. Haven't really seen that one before. Definitely safer. Meanwhile, Gombill going into Bowser in the Dark World. Let's see how he handles this. This is really a make-or-break stage for a lot of people.
Yep, this can get wild. Okay, he looks like he's gonna collect that one first and then go back to the other. Safe strat.
Yeah, not even bothering with that switch initially. I think definitely a good play by him. He'll be getting a later cycle on the platforms at the end, but ultimately it's not going to cost him a whole lot. Vorago heading into his own Dark World. You know, and it's no surprise that this is such a difficult level. I mean, there's a lot of just ridiculous platforming, especially with the route that these guys take, and it's dark. And plus,
Right.
if I were running this game, I would be really focused on what on earth is going on in the background there. It's such an interesting cave pattern there. I mean, I've never seen a cave that just looks like teeth like that.
I've actually never taken the time to look at the Dark World background, but yeah, it certainly does look a bit weird.
I mean, it's the, you know, you got your stalactites and your stalagmites, but they're all just so close together.
Yeah, it's so big in comparison to Mario.
Definitely overwhelming, overshadowing. But both of these guys getting a relatively clean Dark World. Vorago having to wait a little bit for the platform cycle, and he misses the red coin. Gonna have to wait again. Having that time loss there, man.
Right, unfortunate mistake, and he already missed a cycle or two before that by just sloppy movement, so it's not the best that could happen.
But at least he didn't take a death. That's really, I think, the biggest thing for Vorago here. I mean, really for any Dark World, as long as you get through it pretty cleanly, you know, you can lose 5-10 seconds and it's not a huge deal. But if you take a death, that's really going to spell danger for you.
Right, and I'm still not sure about the routes of these runners, but it looks like Vorago's exiting. Oh, well, he was
Missing that
exiting.
first Bowser throw.
But he's exiting with 12, while Gombill is exiting with 11 stars, so it looks like he's a star ahead. But
That's definitely how it appears, although Gombill doing more in BOB, so his stars are ultimately a bit slower stars.
Right.
Going for the safe text box skip, and he gets it dead on. Very nice. I'm thinking we're going to see all-stars in BOB. Oh! Gombill going to basement instead already. So we're not seeing all-stars from BOB for either of our guys. Definitely think Gombill going for Bomb King just for the character race. And Vorago missing the tech skip. Not a huge time loss, but
Right, but
missing the reds.
Yeah,
looks like he just didn't need the star. Just wanted that wing cap.
Right. So it's looking like he's not going to go for anything column 4 or row 3 related. That's the 5 cast of secret stars, and I think the wing cap is pretty quick secret star.
Well, he may be thinking, because if he does the red coin route on all 3 Bowser stages, that's 3 right there. If he decides to enter Peach's slide, that's his other 2. So he may have just skipped it knowing that he'd likely end up with enough secret stars anyway.
Right, that might be the case.
And Vorago going for Pillarless.
With the medium bomb. Okay, let's see if he can do it.
Looks like he's having a little bit of trouble on that slope. And
Almost
almost there. Almost there.
Okay,
Come on.
there.
You can, and he's got it.
That's sick. Medium bomb makes it so much harder.
Oh, for sure. For those not aware, depending on which frame you end up re-grabbing the bomb defines how big the bomb is and how much speed it gives Mario. And with that medium bomb, definitely a lot harder to get up that pyramid and do that clip.
Right. So Gombill's going for the reds in Easy Maze.
Definitely a good decision, I think. That's a really quick star. All of it takes place in this one room. And he falls off that block. Gonna have to go back up there to break it for that red coin.
Alright, what's his game plan here? I want to see how he backs this up.
Definitely struggling a bit with that long jump.
Okay, he's gonna do it like that. Very nice.
Definitely a solid backup from him. Oop. Vorago just can't seem to get a hold of that bomb. Looks like he's deciding to go for reds instead in SSL.
Oh, that's why he wanted the wing cap, probably.
So I think we're definitely seeing him go for TLBR. Very interesting decision from him. If Gombill doesn't end up going for that, he's going to need a sizable lead going into Tippy in order to make that worth it.
Oh, definitely.
Vorago going ahead and standing real nice and tall on these pillars.
Gombill's gonna enter SSL now as well. Also with 14 stars on his counter.
Just wanting to grab that quick little star in HMC. Really can't blame him on that. Vorago with some nice and clean reds only movement. Ooh, except for that punch, had to do a double punch to prepare his fist for cracking through that sandstone block.
Alright. So, yeah, this is pretty synced right now.
No doubt about
15
that.
stars. Okay, so Gombill has a little bit of extra life. But it's all synced now. And it looks like they're both gonna do the 100.
Definitely thinking they're going to go for the majority of the stars in SSL, that's for sure. And I mean, it does check off some nice boxes. 100 coin in SSL, red coin in SSL. I mean, you really can't beat just going ahead and taking care of both of those. Getting 2 single-star boxes like that in one stage is pretty rare overall. Vorago having issues with the side flip to get onto the roof.
I'm not
Going
sure
ahead and
okay, there you go.
opting for a triple jump strat instead. Definitely a bit more reliable due to that extra height.
Alright, but that's losing a bit of time over Gombill. Oh, I'm missing that move.
just falling apart in SSL at the moment. Let's see how he handles the last bit, because this can definitely be a huge challenge for a lot of players. Gets that blue real nicely, going ahead and breaking the box. Meanwhile, Gombill sliding right along on that shell. I don't know if I've ever actually seen the shell route for 100 coin here. I'm in a little bit of trouble with that pokey kill, but that's okay.
Oh yeah,
Getting right
Gombill's
back on
doing a
track.
way different route. I just noticed. That's interesting.
Gets a ledge grab trying to go into the pyramid, wastes about a second, but that's okay, no big deal. Ooh, a little bonk there.
Alright. So going for secrets now.
And it's really crucial that he, manages to hit that third platform. We've seen so many racers miss that third platform, and it definitely costs them a good 20 seconds to do the backup to get up there. Both of our guys, fortunately, though, getting all 3 of those secret platforms.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, they're neck and neck at this point, despite those really different routes. I mean, they're just about back where they were synchronized before. I think Gombill may have saved a few seconds just due to a little bit of sloppiness from Vorago, but...
Yeah, that used to be the case, but now, look, Vorago's 85 coins, and he's already down there, and Gombill still has to move.
That's true, like within just a few seconds, I mean, wow.
Yeah, Vorago's taking back that small lead.
Gombill even having to go for a Goomba kill to get his last coin in that 100 coin route. Did you happen to notice which coins he missed there?
I'm not sure actually.
I'm thinking it was one of the ones outside. I didn't really notice him missing any inside of the pyramid, but
It might have been.
Going ahead and checking off the 400 coin stars block, so...
Yep, but Vorago already, having checked off that 6 stars in SSL, which that should be a 6th.
Yep, looks like it. Probably going to be moving on now. Not sure whether he's going to be going for Mips Clip now or going ahead and entering another stage. Going ahead and going into HMC, so I think we're seeing pretty similar routes right now from our 2 guys. Looks like they're going for row 2, column 3. We'll have to see what third row they decide to combine, but definitely, you know, not exactly what we looked at the beginning and kind of thought was the best route, but still a very good looking route nonetheless. And I mean, that row 2 is definitely a little bit of a hidden gem. I mean, 6 stars in SSL looks like kind of the deal breaker type square for that row, but it's really not. You have a lot of quick stars in SSL.
Right. The whole basement is littered with big stars, so... yeah. It looks like they're doing the same route right now. Because Vorago is now going for Hazy Maze Reds, which Gombill has already done. And Gombill will now pick up his 6th star in SSL. So they're pretty synced. They're pretty tied up.
No doubt about that. Vorago seeming to have a couple of the same issues with those boxes in midair.
Oh,
Or actually... Okay, there he goes. He was actually going for a side flip to get that other red coin. May as well have just ridden the elevator, I kind of think, but...
that's slow.
Well, given how much time he wasted, I'm not sure if he saved the
Right.
elevator time back.
Yeah, he should have had to go for the elevator, like, at the beginning, just to
Yeah.
sign.
We need to think to ask him after if that strat is one of his more practiced ones. Gombill going into the pyramid yet again, this time just to pick up that star at the top.
Yep, and here's Vorago getting another secret star.
Did you happen to notice if he punched Toad this time? We've seen a lot of runners just choose to abuse the little Toad. Poor
think he
guy,
did.
didn't do anything wrong.
I don't think he did. Oh, he bonks his nose. Now he's going for Mips.
Ooh! Oh! Mips walking right into his grab. Very
Right,
nice.
but Gombill died.
Ooh, that's a rough death in SSL too. Vorago just going straight for Mips clip, doesn't even need his star.
That's a secret star, a free one though. Oh, what's Mips doing now?
Oop, Mips doing a little bit of ledge grinding of his own. Very clean Mips clips from Vorago, not even getting the text box on the 30-star door. ladies and gentlemen, we've got a precision man over here. He's talking to that rabbit. Just a real good rabbit whisperer. Gets him to go exactly where he needs him.
Let's see if Gombill can match him. He's got the quick grab. See how his clips go. Oh, he collects a star.
I think he's definitely contributing that towards his 5 castle stars total. Vorago, let's see how he handles DDD. I'm thinking... Okay, looks like he's probably going for back sub here. Definitely a wise decision. Back sub much easier than the traditional front sub.
Right, Gombill is struggling with Mip's clip right now. He can't get it lined up. He's missed it 3 times now. Alright, taking it slower. That's it. Way better.
Getting a little stuck in that door, but no worries. Let's see if he has better luck with the 30-star door, or if it just tells... Oh, it's just telling him no.
Alright,
Looks like Vorago paid off the rabbit gang. Gombill must have done something to him. Vorago, meanwhile, entering Fire Sea. No reds. Let's see what cycle he ends up getting. Pretty clean movement so far, for sure.
Yeah, ooh, almost getting stuck under those platforms.
Definitely. Yeah, that's not a place you want to fall under at all.
Okay, so he's gonna be missing the early cycle here. He got stuck on the elevator. Not ideal.
Yeah, definitely a bad place to lose that time. I mean, being so close to having that early cycle definitely must hurt. And that's a place Gombill can make up a pretty solid chunk of time, considering how long that cycle really is.
Yeah.
Going for that double burn and going into Fire Sea. Let's hope he doesn't end up missing a throw here. Throws here that are missed cost more than any of the other 2 Bowser fights, due to Bowser having to shake that platform all over again.
Hey, oh man. This throw. This is where the run dies. Or lives. Alright, he gets
And
it.
he gets a very clean throw there. Meanwhile, Gombill entering his own Fire Sea. Also opting to not collect the red coins. Going for the burn route there to get onto that platform.
It looked like he was setting up for pole skip, but I don't think he was quite satisfied with the way he set it up, so... But he's also going to be missing that early cycle now.
Yup. Just giving up that potential time save, while Vorago looks like he's going to be entering the upstairs. So, you know, I can definitely see trying to get to upstairs just as quickly as possible. Your other 2 character races are up there, Red Coin Star and Wet Dry World. I think we're definitely going to be looking for... This is interesting. I know that both of them got 100 Coin Star and SSL. Looks like they just haven't marked it yet for some reason. Maybe they're just deciding they don't need it for some reason. Kind of an interesting decision on their part.
Right. Why didn't they check that out? Maybe it's not in their route.
Yeah, it could be that they're not going for row 1. We haven't really been seeing a lot of cannon action, especially from Vorago, so... Definitely interesting. Vorago definitely going for 100... Oop!
I think he's just doing secrets.
That's what it looks like. I saw the coin total and got... Oh!
Now...
Wow!
What? Man, wait, did he just forget that he needs these coins?
Maybe so.
Now he's getting flipped.
Looks like a purposeful flip there to just get on top of that platform. Not sure how much I agree with that decision, since you do have to take that little bit of downtime, but...
But I think he needs those coins. I think he just completely forgot that he needed those coins and just went ahead.
Must have been.
He's not doing the secrets, so he's doing them with the reds. But now he's not doing secrets. What? Okay,
Vorago just seems totally lost here.
Yeah.
Completely losing it, barely missing that zapper. He must just be frazzled at this point. That coin forgetting must have really gotten to him, because this routing it's not routing. It's just pure mistakes.
It makes no sense. But he's going to downtown.
It looks like he's picked back up. He may have been thinking that he had more coins to collect in the main part of Wet Dry World, but I mean, that's just sloppiness right there. He must know that there's plenty of coins in downtown.
There's a lot of them. Right, so Gombill has moved back to CCM.
Looks like he's going for his character race against the Penguin. Something we would have expected to see from Vorago if he was going for all 3 character races. And I mean, it definitely looked for a bit like he was going for that column 3. We may actually be seeing a TLBR from Vorago rather than that column 3 row 2 route.
Right, but then he's got Rainbow Ride.
Yeah, and that's really, he's got what looks like kind of a decent lead right now. Less of a star count, but I mean, if he is going for that, he's going to need to improve that lead by a lot before going into tip. Ooh, and missing that red, just
bonking. Man,
just cannot seem to get it together at the moment.
He's looking lost. No, Gombill is cruising.
Yep, just handily beating that penguin. Not much of a race there, despite all the rubber banding that penguin gets. He just says nope.
Okay. Gombill's moving upstairs now.
Meanwhile, Vorago, going back into Wet Dry World. What's he going to be doing here? I do see a All-Stars in Wet Dry World Square, but I'm not exactly sure where this would fit in with any of the routing he's... Wait a minute. It would be kind of strange because he'd have to return to BBH, but he could be going for row 2 and row 3.
Yeah. Might be.
And if he chooses to do that, it would be a bit unusual for this route because it'd be better for him to do it in CCM, but when he went earlier, but could be doing a return trip to the lobby, take care of CCM, go ahead and go into BBH, another return trip, and just go ahead and go back upstairs. Would be very weird, but with what we just saw in Wet Dry World, I mean, he may not be exactly on his A routing game at the moment.
Right. I was gonna say, that just seems like poor routing, but I'm not sure.
It would be just poor routing decisions. Maybe earlier he didn't think he was going to be going that route. And that's definitely something that you see a lot in Triple Bingo. Guys, at the beginning of the run, they've got a certain route that they're going for. They see their opponent's progress, they see their opponent's route, and they just kind of think, maybe I should do something different. And sometimes that ends up really costing them.
Oh, definitely. Indecisive routing can cost you a lot of time.
No doubt about that. And I mean, really, you need all the time you can get in this category, especially if your opponent sees those optimal routes and sees those huge synergies. You know, when you can integrate a diagonal into your route, that's really the moment where, you know, if you do a diagonal and then a row column just right intersecting there, least number of squares to go ahead and get that triple bingo. And if it's an optimal route, I mean, that's, you know, trying to face that with poor routing of any kind. You know, the guy in the lead with that nice route could make so many mistakes, and because of the indecisive routing from the other, it's just done. Both of our guys heading into TTM, going ahead and plucking those piranha plants.
Okay, Vorago having trouble here.
Actually getting burned by the piranha.
Right, and he barely dodged
having to
that
wait
second
for
time.
him to come back out again. Gombill, certainly the premier exterminator. And you know, that reminds me, just Mario has taken a lot of positions over the years. I mean, of course, he's been a plumber. At this point, he's been an exterminator.
Yeah, he's been a pro tennis player, football, baseball. He's done all the sports.
Yeah, kart racing. He's had to clean up an entire tropical island before.
Organizing his own Olympics.
Yep, and saving that one planet in space with Rosalina. I mean, he's had to do a lot.
Hey, he's been an astronaut, man. Like, how many people can say they've been an astronaut? Mario's one.
That's definitely true, no doubt about it. And he didn't even need a space helmet for that trip to the moon. And he's the only one to have been to the darker side of the moon. Remember, none of the Apollo missions ended up going to what was at the time the dark side. So, I mean, he's done a lot. Definitely deserves more recognition than he gets.
Oh, yeah.
Gombill going ahead and going into his second character race. Let's see where Vorago's heading at the moment.
We're looking at very similar, if not, like, basically the same routes from both players here.
Right on that. So, if I were Vorago here, I'm not sure whether I would just go with rematch with Koopa the Quick and not bother with the Penguin race, or go ahead and cut my losses and just go back to CCM, do that Penguin race, and have it over with. Because, I mean... Oh? Wait a minute. When did Vorago do the Penguin race? Because he just checked out.
He did do it. When did he do it?
Must have done it during that first trip to CCM, in which case, that route may not be quite as bad as we may have initially assumed. I mean, having to go back to the lobby for Big Boo's haunt, you know, a little bit of a time loss, but definitely not a whole lot of major.
Right. I just can't recall when he did it, but he must have done it. Probably.
Definitely have to ask him after the stream to go ahead and show us that star counter at the end, because if I remember correctly, he went in for the slide, didn't collect the 100 coins at first, did that on his second pass through. He may have raced the penguin on the second pass through.
Probably. That's the most,
It's the most likely thing for sure. Ooh, and Vorago missing that wall kick off the log, falling back to the beginning of the stage. That's a good 20-second or more time loss. Oh, and he really did not need that with Gombill with such a smooth tall mountain.
Right. It looks like Vorago is just gonna back up with the reds.
That's what it appears, yep. Man, that is rough for Vorago there. I'd say he had a decent lead over Gombill before that, but that totally got reversed. Let's see how Gombill does with the box jump here.
I'm not... He should make that. Yeah.
There he goes, using the slightly less consistent setup, but that's okay. He convinces it to work in his favor anyway.
For sure. Alright, probably Vorago gonna go for box jump now as well, yeah.
That's what it looks like. Going with the more consistent setup, bouncing off of that wall. Ooh! And he still misses! Falling right down to his death. That's also going to cost him. Tall mountain. Not treating Vorago very well. More like terrible troll mountain for Vorago today.
Oh! Did you just notice this? Are you looking at the bingo card?
Yes.
They're going to do bottom left, top right, because they have 4 100 coin stars done. The last one would be TTC, which Gombill will do right now probably. They can check off 5 100 coin stars, 100 coin star in TTC, and then he needs to collect 2 more stars, and then he has 35 stars, so he can collect the top floor code and he can go straight to Bowser.
Yeah, you are exactly right on that. That's definitely what these guys are going for. Not sure what Vorago is doing in Snowman's Land and missing that jump on top of the ice cube just once, but looks like he managed to make it the second time. But yeah, that's definitely the case. Definitely tripped us up seeing just the Secret Aquarium and Red Coin J or B star, but they were still going for a diagonal. It just was not the diagonal that we initially assumed. So
right, and
this
makes sense.
Routing.
It makes sense because there's no Rainbow Ride in this one.
Exactly. Not having to go with that House in the Sky star. Not having to wait for 2 minutes on the carpet. Just changing Mario's camera angle to the rhythm of the music to give yourself something to focus on to not go insane.
And I think Vorago just made a really smart decision because, as I just said, you need 35 to collect the top floor Toad Star. And he just went ahead and got that 7-second star, which is in the deep freeze. It's really fast, so that's a faster star than like any star you can get here in TTC. He's probably gonna go for Get a Hand and the 100 now, and then he can go straight to Bowser and collect the Toad Star and then go to Bowser.
Yup, that's exactly right. I'm thinking Vorago's got a real solid lead because of that too, because at the very least, Gombill's gonna have to enter TTC and collect another star, which I mean, roll into the cage and Get a Hand, not super different as far as the time it takes to get to them in the route, but I mean, just having to re-enter, go collect another star. Meanwhile, Vorago's talking to Toad and going into bits, not even having to touch red coins. This may kind of be pointing towards the end for Gombill.
It might. Vorago's looking really strong right now.
Oh, but Vorago only falls down to that slightly lower level, not falling all the way to the bottom of the stage. Very nice backup there, just going ahead and going right for the box that he was originally going for.
Right, and he's 35.
Yep, he sealed the deal on 100. He's just got to get up to Womp to go ahead and collect that last star.
See, and now the Gombill's gonna go for Get a Hand, which is also a quick star, but I think the SL one is faster.
I definitely think so. And, I mean, with the entry, it gets a little bit more fuzzy, but otherwise...
Oh, man. This is getting really close, actually. Look at this.
Both of our guys, literally, Vorago talking to Toad to get that first text box as Gombill is getting the second text box. It's going to come down to bits and throws.
If Gombill misses a throw, Vorago can get back at this.
For sure, and both of these guys needing flawless execution on bits. Gombill having a little bit of issues setting up that BLJ. Let's see if Vorago can get it a little bit more quickly.
Oh, he's getting stuck on the invincible wall.
And Vorago, let's see, Gombill getting the catch, and Vorago getting the catch. Both of these guys entering bits within the same 5-second period. Oh man, Vorago with the ground pound at the beginning instead of the long jump, costing him about a second or two. These guys are close, right on each other's tails.
This is anyone's race.
Triple jump dive working for Gombill. Let's see if Vorago pulls it off as well. Dangerous trick right there. Could have spelled the end for either of these guys. Let's see, going up the staircase, very nice. Let's see what route they end up going for as far as the triple jump wall kick, whether they go for right or left side, or even just going for the safer route.
Yeah,
Look, Gombill opting for the safe strat. Both of them opting for safe. Definitely a good idea.
Yeah, stall kicks is easy. Safe strat, no falling. Looking good. Okay.
Now these guys entering Bowser's final stage near identically. Let's see. Gombill entering the pipe, the star animation closing
and then
at
Vorago.
54. Vorago's at 56. It comes down to throws. If Gombill misses a single throw, it's over for it's in Vorago's court. Both of these guys must be feeling the stress. Gombill, both of them getting their first hit. Both with the instant regrab, no damage. Second hit, dead on for both. It comes down to this last hit.
We're synced. This is insane.
Vorago missing that. Gombill also missing. Let's see how this ends up. Vorago looks like he's going to get a quicker opportunity to do a rethrow here. And
Vorago gets it.
Vorago gets the hit, wins just barely. Gombill with the secondary hit there. Let's see what these final times are. My God, this is a close bingo race here.
Okay,
Vorago definitely sealing that deal. Let's see. It looks like a 41-51. A 41-51.
Yeah,
and a 41-53 from Gombill. 2 seconds apart.
Wow.
Identical routes. I haven't seen anything like this in bingo yet. Have you, JoJo?
No, that was insane. That was the closest bingo match I've ever seen in my life.
Honestly, that was a match right there. Oh my God.
Wow. I'm completely shocked. What?
Yeah, really, what happened? Just
that
oh man,
was such a good race. That was cool. That was fun.
And make note too, Gombill entering that pipe first, actually.
Yeah.
He entered with a 54, Vorago entering with a 56, and Vorago somehow managed to save 4 seconds, 3 of 4 throws hitting on both sides. I mean, man, that was ridiculous. Synchronized missed throws. I've never seen that. Let's see if we can get these guys in for a post-game interview. I'm sure they have a lot to say after a finish like that. And for sure, Vorago showing us the star screen. He definitely got the Penguin Star in CCM. Must have done that during his 100 coin.
Yeah. Wow. So Vorago taking it here. There's a bit of discussion going on because that was a really close one.
Yeah, they're actually discussing who exactly won on that.
And it's all thanks to you.
Because
We have to do something special for you.
Okay. No.
Here we go! Listen, everybody.
So there's a discussion going on because Gombill got done first in the chat before Vorago did, but Vorago's timer says otherwise. That might be because of syncing up the streams in the beginning.
I mean, this one's so close for having to go behind the scenes and just really talk through it, figure out who exactly got it.
I'm not sure. This is some predicament. I believe Vorago started later because of stream delay. He typed .done later, but he has a faster time on his timer.
Yeah, with the 5-minute delay that we use for bingo so that chat can't help our racers, we can actually watch the VOD and see the exact times that both of these guys hit the star according to their timer.
I think
On
this is going
stream-
to be a retime.
Yeah, definitely going to be a retime. And she's actually coming into the call.
Hey, all right. And will that be announced later on the stream? All right. All right, so that's the game plan here, folks. They're gonna get it sorted out. We're gonna look at these races. What a race it was. So, yeah.
When you get the starting times, the ending just came back on the stream. Vorago definitely getting the star grab at 50.80. Gombill definitely getting it after his timer hit 52 and splitting a tad late. So, but definitely a retime. I mean, this was so close. A
Yes.
retime is really what we need here.
This is necessary.
So necessary. Like, man.
All right, so in the call with us we have Gombill. Gombill, how did you feel about this race?
Well, I definitely gave it my best. This is my best triple time or triple bingo time that I have ever recorded. So
Oh, wow. Well, congrats to you.
yeah, I feel like I played really well. It was unfortunate that I forgot about having to do the penguin race, so I should have done that with the hundreds. And
Right, we were wondering why we were going back to CCM.
yeah, I totally forgot about that goal, so I had to go back. And as you could see, every second ended up counting. So
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
every small mistake was kind of magnified in that race. I felt like I was behind for most of the race, though, especially because I made that mistake. I had an extra 100 though, so maybe that was why I felt behind.
Let me think. Actually,
I had the extra GRB 100, and he was doing Dry World 100, so he took a
Vorago
little longer
definitely
there.
got towards the end. He definitely got a faster TTC 100. He also did the deep freeze star instead of the get a hand star to get that 35th. I'm not sure if that saved any time because of the castle movement also being involved there, but it is a quicker star, so that might have been something.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, I felt like maybe I had a tiny lead going into
You had
Bowser.
about 1.5 second lead entering the last Bowser pipe.
Yeah, so I figured that I would just play Bowser in the Sky really safely and take my time on the throws and just try to make sure I hit all three of them, but then I did end up missing one.
And Vorago actually matched you perfectly. He was
Yeah,
also just doing stall kicks, slow movement, safe movement, and then missing one throw as well.
It was literally synchronized with that throw out miss. That was I've never seen anything like that. I mean, just you said that you knew that you were real close going into Bowser in the Sky, playing things safe. I mean, just what was going through your head during that last throw when you were spinning him for the 4th time? What were you thinking right before you pressed that button?
Since he hadn't done yet, I figured that he must have missed a throw too because of how close we were, and I just felt like I felt like I probably had it, since I thought I was a little bit ahead going in. I felt like it was in the bag. I typed done first, so I thought I was going to be the winner, but then I found out that his timer said 2 seconds less than mine, and that's really weird. I don't know how that could have happened. Did he like maybe start after we started? Like he take 2 or 3 seconds?
Well, I think there was a bit of stream synchronization as well, so that's could have been a bit behind.
I do remember Gombill's stream came up first, but then Vorago's was synced within about 3 seconds.
It just doesn't make sense to me why, like, if we both went when they said go, and we both done when we done, I don't know how there could have been a desync of 3 or 4 seconds.
Hey, I'm just stepping in here again real quick. So I have my mic muted on OBS so nobody heard what I said before. Basically, to cut it short, yeah. So for stream to catch up, Gombill done first, and he did done after grabbing the star, which is the correct way to do it. Even though it looked as though Vorago finished first. So, and I did notice when we started the stream there was some sort of weird, the timer was already off somehow. So we will be rewatching the stream and we will confirm later publicly and probably on stream tomorrow who the winner is, and yeah.
Well, whatever the case, I'm happy with how I played. If I end up losing here, then this is a good way to go out, I guess, playing one of my best bingos I've ever played.
Definitely. I mean, it was a thrill to watch, especially that ending. What a feast for Turkey Day.
Most definitely. All right, but I think that concludes our race here. GG's and congratulations to whoever may win here. Experts are going to be looking at the restream, gonna go comparing, and we will see what ends up happening here.
Definitely. And I mean, I've never seen a race like this. I mean, what a treat. I'm sorry that we can't give an official winner, but man, it's just because of how close it was. Man.
Don't worry, it will add to the suspense. It will be
fun. For sure. Well,
so the verdict will most probably be said on Twitter and on the Discord, so keep an eye on that one. And if it doesn't happen on Twitter or Discord, it will probably be next stream tomorrow.
Right on. So to everyone that's eagerly waiting for those results, go ahead and stuff yourself with turkey and whatever stuffing your family's made, and have a nice night. Jojo, it was a pleasure commentating with you. Gombill, a pleasure watching your race.
Yeah, if this is the end for me, then thanks for running the tournament. I'd be glad to participate in any of these tournaments you run in the future. And good luck to Vorago if he does move on, because he's funneling into Cheese's part of the bracket next.
That is true.
All right. Big shout outs to Cheese restreaming this one.
For sure. And with that, we're concluded. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, everyone. And
happy Thanksgiving.
Jojo, again, pleasure commentating with you.
Yes, it was fun. Thank you so much, man.
And to everyone, have a great one.